I don't want it. Only I can't afford it. But we'll commit if imported. It makes no diff if important. Watch how I get it. I pick it, I 6 it, not in the same field. Me and my car don't share the same limit. I've been on my aesthetics. This shit more calisthenics. Niggas more bro now to bet it. Cause my run more now on betters. Ain't been watching what I'm stepping on. Shit, I've been in this line too long. Can't tell what the climate on. I just been climbing on. I get it, I really replay it. Hope we still at the level we vibing on. Tell me the nigga now you relying on. Why I'm so critical? Why I put so much thought into something so typical? Why do positives find their way for me to turn cynical? Why I sound more like Jada Kiss as I kick the flow? Let me just leave it alone. I put the heat to stone. I blow my steam at home. I call my heaves and roll. Get to the cream and rolls. These is just compliments to the dish that we eating on. That bitch don't compliment the shit that I just been creeping on. Low key out here been skeeping on. Only when I do the most, kinda like appreciate the Midwest once you done reach the coast. We ain't an excuse, serving as my umbrella. If I believe in luck, we see why it's bad. I'm trying to tell you, I learned to make do with failure. Be surprised how many times I win the game. I try to say it, the first to hang your azaleas, but I'm afloat. That buoyancy flows, they gonna peep gold. If they learn that they just gotta try to seek more. If they that deep as sea flow, shit down here so different, just glimpsing you get it. Everything's encrypted, body covered in hieroglyphs. Is how I get it. Scars that tell stories of pain, of triumph and gain. Divine, demonic, life and death, it's all in the same. You niggas look for permission while I'm searching for merit. Swear what goes around will come back. This life is a fairest. When I question myself in the mirror, the answer's not the fairest. Fuck it, clarity's key. Set the tone, maestro to the team. I know what it be, I know how you lean. Just come on with me, I'll show you to be, yeah. With precision, back up the vision with a little action in it. Yeah, that's a ticket. Time's a ticking, look how much you missing. Now you're chasing bitches into loving, that simping. Luckily, I know the difference. Need more legs, yeah, that kinda lingers. Uptown, camper roll, make sure you come and see us. Got what you need, no cap. If not, they filling them gaps. Everyone's eating, ain't no one with chili laps. Losing all your pretty folk, low down city hoes. Rather say you got it, baby. You would never get me though. I should charge you a rack for a verse. Most niggas ain't big enough to carry my words. I just carry the song, then I carry it along. All my blood, sweat, and grief, real shit marrow to my bones. I'm creeping through these crevices to avoid the deficits. We bear arms only if words can't settle it. I'm the type that's too much, I'm never finding enough.
Power by
Yo, what's good with it, man?
What's good with you, brother, man? Back at it again for another one.
Oh, yeah, we got the Unanimous Table Talk episode 45, man. 5 till 50. The countdown begins, man. We got a lot we going to get into today. Our homie is putting in some work in some other spots, so we'll catch up with Marcus next episode. But we're going to talk about, just a few things that's been going on. The weather's starting to change, so you got spring break and you got, people traveling and whatnot. I'm sure you're seeing a few people, extra folk there, in your area.
Oh, my God, bro.
Vegas, I can only imagine what it's like there.
Do what you just wanted to do has really played a part, man. It's played a role, and people's psyche just ain't adjusted yet.
Yeah, no, I understand that, so we'll get into that a little bit later. We got some stuff with just the vaccine that's been going on. I think it's kind of dope how they're trying to get people to take this vaccine. Some other stuff about some of the people that used to work at the CDC that we'll touch bases on, and just another kind of like viral video that we'll get into. It's not more or less viral for a good reason, more or less like, wow, I can't believe this happened type of video.
Yeah, man. When you go out to these crowds, just understand that you're not by yourself. Don't do stupid.
This is why I don't go out in crowds, so you ain't got to worry about me. let's get into it, man. Let's just start. Let's start off fresh
Yeah,
from
man.
the jump.
Let's crank it. Let's crank it, man.
Oh yeah,
I like this first story, dog. You want to go ahead and give me a little bit more
Yeah.
depth with this?
for sure. So we'll start it off, and this has to do with free donuts, my guy. Very very interesting kind of thing that popped up on my timeline. But Krispy Kreme will be giving away free donuts every day if you're vaccinated.
Oh man.
So anyone who's
Oh, man.
received it, at least one of the 2 shots from the Moderna or Pfizer, or if you just got the one Johnson & Johnson vaccine, you're eligible for this. So
That's
yeah,
crazy.
crazy. I'm not sure how they're giving. I'm sure they're giving you a piece of paper to let you know you're vaccinated, because what I keep hearing is a lot of these things that we're used to just walking into and doing. They're now going to really start. They're really doing this. They're going to require you to have the vaccine at least for the first year or so. But
Yeah, it's definitely starting to pick up, bro. Because like I said, at my job, people come in all the time to get their cars laminated. But what I'm starting to see now, and what even our company policy has changed, we now laminate those for free.
free, yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah,
That's
for
what's up.
free. So it's like, man, nowadays, I mean, you know what's coming up next, man.
Mhm.
Like, you're only gonna make a company-wide change if something big is gonna happen.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's not like they're making a lot of money right now with the whole pandemic. Like, it's not like
Mhm.
everybody's just going to my job to get
Yeah.
to buy stuff like
But
that.
it does, but like it's good for promotion too. Like
Yeah, it's definitely
now,
good
at
for
least when
promotion.
someone needs something laminated, they'll remember, oh, these guys did it for free, or they'll tell people, hey, you need to get that laminated. The hospital might, make you guys
Yeah.
the top, reference, and then not only that, now when they do need work done, they're just gonna go to you. They're not gonna think. They'll think about, hey, I got this laminated for free, and they did a good job, and it was for free.
Yeah.
I'm sure whatever we're paying them to do is gonna be even better than how they were doing the laminations for the vaccine card. So that's dope,
Yeah.
man. That's
Yeah,
what's up.
I think it's dope. I mean, you will have to definitely nip that in the bud at a certain point,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
I mean, one donut a day ain't gonna hurt nobody. Cause I mean, they make a bunch of donuts every.
Yeah, and you know how many
Yeah,
like
y'all know when the hot sign on.
I feel like so many get thrown away too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
I'm sure like
Yeah.
that'll account for a lot of it. Anyway, but yeah,
And it's regular people getting that vaccine now too, man.
oh yeah,
Like,
yeah. I plan on getting mine here in like a week or so. So I'm gonna get
Yeah.
mine, and then I'm gonna pull up at the Krispy Kreme. I don't know how long this will last. Probably for a year, maybe. I don't know,
I could see it going for at least a year. I mean,
because
just off
they
the
haven't
strength
gotten
of
enough
the-
people vaccinated yet.
Yeah,
so
they
they'll keep
haven't
encouraging
until the
it.
numbers like start to level out, until more people are vaccinated. I can see this probably being a thing, because this is going to be incentive, and I feel like a lot of companies are probably going to start,
Do something for
doing
vaccines.
giving
Yeah.
other different types of incentives, because it's just a polarized, illness, man. Like,
Mhm.
this probably the most popping popping illness ever, bro. Like,
Yeah,
I
of our
remember when
lifetime,
H1N1 was out
easily.
there, with you wouldn't get no free, getting no free donuts
Mhm.
for popping up, with being clear of H1N1, dog. So yeah, man, I see a lot of different companies starting to follow suit with these incentives to get people to do the vaccine, and I see the positive in it too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I definitely see the positive
Yeah,
in it.
it's definitely good stuff, man. And like I said, like I'm not only getting this vaccine for my own health, I'm getting it for people around me. You know what I mean? That I don't know. They need. There needs to be more people that are vaccinated. So I'm like, hey, it's what
Yeah.
it is. Gonna go in there. Every day I see more and more of my friends getting it. So I'm like, yeah, it's
Yeah,
probably
man,
about that
same
time,
here.
man. You know what I
And
mean?
it's not even like, they're like people who are in medical field or older or anything. It's like these are people that were like working retail.
Oh yeah.
Like they just deal with people a lot. So they're one of the people on the list that, needs to get this first. Honestly, I need to, because I deal with a lot of people on a regular
Yeah.
basis. So I need to be, at this point now, I need to be scheduling mine. I need to be getting mine
sure.
scheduled and
Oh, yeah.
ready.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's interesting. I'll just kind of bring this up just because we're pretty much talking about it, and it flows into our next topic. But I was grocery shopping 2 days ago in Myers, right? Going Myers, and like I don't know if you can remember where like the pharmacy is, and then right next to the pharmacy you got like all the seasonal outdoor stuff.
Yeah.
That's all like roped off and blocked off with these big walls now, and behind them they're doing mass vaccines. So it's just crazy now that we're starting to see that at these
That's
grocery
crazy.
stores and stuff. But yeah, there was like 40 people at a time getting the vaccine, all spread out, of course. But they're really starting to push this and tell people to get it, man, because you never know. Like, especially if you haven't had it yet, you don't want to get it. You don't want to catch it now with the variants and everything that's going on. And a person like me, I've had it already, but I was reading an article about a week or so ago about a woman who had it, and she said she had symptoms for 8 months and just didn't feel like herself. She said right after she got the vaccine, she felt 100% better. So that's benefits.
Nuts to have it that long.
Yeah, this benefits a lot of people who've had it and who didn't have it. Because even I still have symptoms like headaches and stuff like that, and I feel like I still have. So there's a lot of pros. People bring up the cons, but I think there's more. The pros outweigh the cons.
Yeah,
and we should really look into taking it, man. Like, it's very important.
At this point, man, I don't think there's really any justification for not having it. Right. I mean, not being on the side of it. I mean, I guess you can still go into the conspiracy.
People are going to use those arguments to the end of time, but if we don't change that,
the name, the subject is just what's going to change with that. Like, it doesn't matter what the disease is, as long as there is a disease that requires a vaccine or some type of inoculation, people are going to come up with reasons as to why they shouldn't get it. But I'm seeing that I call it a trend. I'm seeing that trend die.
Yeah, and it's more with the older crowd that are saying these type of things. And hey, look, man, I get it. Trust me, I get it. The history of vaccines and testing on
especially
black people is definitely understandable. Did you watch Falcon and Winter Soldier? Did you watch the second?
I haven't watched the second.
Oh episode. Man, we can't even bring up kind of what's going on there, man. I ain't even gonna spoil it. Man, you go ask on this next episode, man. Like, yo, I'm telling you, good stuff. It all full circle. The second episode
is better than the first. Yeah, the first episode was pretty great.
Yeah.
So
it's full circle, man. But yeah, man, I think black people as a whole gotta, like, if we don't start switching this up now, and people now are saying, well, they don't want to take it because of the history. I get that, but now history has changed.
Process,
yeah, history has changed. Like, this isn't about testing anymore, testing the vaccine. This is widely available to everyone. You're getting the same vaccine as your neighbor. Your neighbor might not be black, you might not be Hispanic, they might be white. You're getting the same vaccine. There's nothing that when they see a black person walk in, they don't switch out the valves. And that's not how shit works anymore, brother. So people got to be a part of the solution to this. We have to begin to change that narrative, because if we don't, guess what's going to happen? Nobody's going to get them vaccines. You already see it now with the older crowd. They're like, "No, I ain't getting that. Do you know what's all in there?" And I'm like, brother, like, I rather, you know what I mean? Like, I'd rather you take this than I don't want to have to be the person that says I told you so when I'm visiting you in the hospital, or I wouldn't be like that anyway, but I'm just saying, like, that stuff, we have to throw that shit out, man, because it's just not gonna work.
Act like everybody gonna get it, but I mean, we still got to get to that herd immunity realm of like at least 49 to 50% of people having that vaccine and it being readily available to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just at a point now where ain't no room for that. We just spent the year inside, and people they're restless. They're restless, and
So hey, get the damn vaccine, man. I see so many people just getting it. Like, just go get the vaccine. You're still gonna have to wear a mask. You just don't really have to worry about shit as much. But you can go out now, like you can go out to a nice patio restaurant and not really have to worry about shit.
And of course, there's a bunch of people out there that think because they got the card, they don't have to wear a mask. And just don't be those guys. Don't be those people. You can still get it.
Right.
Don't get it twisted. You can still get COVID. There are enough strains.
But if you're wearing a mask and have the vaccine, do you know how hard it's going to be to actually get it?
Like, it's like birth control and a condom,
man.
Dog.
Like, you're gonna have to. That thing's really gonna have to be extremely strong, to really puncture through. So if you're doing the right thing, still, sanitizing your hands whenever you touch stuff, wearing a mask, and you're vaccinated, I think you'll be okay. I'm not a doctor, but I think you'll be okay.
Yeah, simple enough, man.
All right, man.
Simple enough.
Let's get into this next topic, and it's pretty much goes hand in hand with the donut topic, but it has to do with the ex-CDC director, and his name is Robert Redfield, and he believes that the COVID-19 came from a Wuhan lab. And this is after, he doesn't work for the CDC no more, so these comments don't directly reflect what the CDC thinks it is. They still think it's a strain that came from an outbreak from I guess an animal like a bat or something like that.
Pangolin, or
yeah, you're right.
A bat or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, hey,
man.
Look, I've been hearing this. This isn't anything new, but it's just it's interesting that he says it, and it doesn't. I don't want to call them conspiracies because you probably will never really know where this came from, but it's at least good to know that someone of that stature thought about that. You know what I mean?
It's always going to be speculation. And the other thing about this, bro, and I'm going to recommend you watch this as well. Go check out the docuseries on Netflix called Amend. One of the aspects they talk about in that show is just fear politics and just the whole thing and how it's forever been etched in America's just history. Mm-hmm. I think that this is just even if it is true, it's one of those things that is just used. People aren't focusing on where it came from. They're just going to look at it. Wuhan is in China. The Chinese did this. This is a bio attack, and people do stupid shit with that. They come up with stupid conclusions with the pieces to the puzzle. Mm-hmm. So when you have people like this who, back up that kind of mindset, once again, even if it's true, it's not like the entire country decided, hey, let's just go crazy on America. Because for one, this was a worldwide pandemic. Yeah. Two, you know what I'm saying? People are going to get hurt. People have been getting hurt because of this type of stuff.
Especially lately, man.
Yeah, man. Like, just because of this type of rhetoric, and like I said, man,
and it's like I said, there's nothing wrong with saying that you think it came from this lab in Wuhan. Yeah, if it came, the problem is the wrong people are listening to this information that don't need to be.
Because it wasn't like I knew that this was. I didn't know about this prior to seeing it on the docket today. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm thinking about it because most people are in real rebuild mode. We're not trying to be thinking about who's to blame for it. We're trying to get better from it.
Yeah, I feel it. I think it's still important to figure out how this happened so it doesn't happen again. And if it wasn't anything that had to do with animals and it did have to do with shit in a lab, I do have a problem with that because that means there's no protocols and it's inexcusable and it's dangerous. Who's to say they're not doing this shit again if this is how this happened?
It's not crazy to believe that it's something that you should pay attention to. I'm not saying that at all. I think that if this is, like I said, if this is legitimately a bioterror attack, then for sure, man. I mean, this is grounds for war.
We're talking about an ex-CDC director, not some low tier guy.
Credibility. You know what I mean? His credibility.
Now, like I said, they didn't say that this reflected what the CDC thought. This is just what he thinks. But like I said, when you're that stature, I have to take what you're saying. At least I have to listen. Take it with a grain of salt, yes, but I still have to listen.
You built this credibility, so it's like, okay, I have to at least listen to it in a sense, but because of where we are in America right now, man, I just know what people do with this kind of information. And
absolutely,
you can't. It's hard to separate these things.
They're doing it. They're doing it right now with some of these people that are like passing away, and they'll say, "Oh, they just got the vaccine," so it automatically means that they took the vaccine and died. And really, people are flipping this information. I can't remember what they were like because there's some of these that are older celebrities. And people are coming out and saying this. They're using these celebrities' human beings' deaths, and using it as politics and saying that they died from a vaccine or they died from this or that. You know what I mean? That's the first thing they say. It's not even condolences. It's it's because he did this and that, and he was just in the hospital. And I think it was what's that boxer? He was one of the main ones. I think it was is it Tommy Hearns?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think
that's kind of disheartening if it is.
Yeah, Hitman Hearns. You know, they said he passed away after he got the vaccine, but that came out and that wasn't even true. It was people just throwing that rhetoric out there as soon as he passed
bro,
away.
These are the same people that were saying that people were dying from COVID. These are the same people that were saying they just had real. COVID. They didn't really die from COVID. COVID was just everybody got COVID. Like, so the numbers are. These are the same people that were saying that the numbers are padded.
Oh yeah.
So it's like it's a disconnect. It's clearly a disconnect somewhere. Fam.
Oh yeah, man. There's some people that they're not educated on this at all, man. They're totally ignorant to the situation and how this shit works. And
they'll put it all under the blanket of it's a government conspiracy. It's all tied together. You know what I'm saying? It's these fucked up puzzle pieces, man.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
And they take this stuff like what ex-CDC director Robert Redfield says, and they added to their manifesto of reasoning why whatever the hell they do is justified, man. It's fucked up.
Yeah.
It's fucked up that we're in this place of just complete misinformation. And the sad thing is we don't know who the fuck telling the truth.
Yeah. Like that's the worst part about it.
It's a potential. It's a good potential that what he's saying is true because we just don't know.
Yeah, you got a 50-50 chance. It either did or it didn't. You know what I mean? Like,
so these crazy motherfuckers might be the real. Like, I don't want to give them no credibility, but in a bizarre world where we do know the answers and the shit do turn out the way, and it's like all them pieces did fall together because it was supposed to do that way.
That's the only thing you can give them credit for is it was made in a lab. Okay, you think the United States had anything to do with that? No. Why would they do something like that? You got to remember what kind of not because our country has its faults, but China is on a whole level of wild shit going on over there. You know what I mean? They've been having those protests in Hong Kong still going on. And around all this time, then this pandemic hits. And all that shit stopped immediately.
Bro,
and then you see, I see the hospital that was built over there in Wuhan. It got built in 1 week, big as fuck. And then it fell down in 2 days. I'm not an idiot, man. People. You know what I mean? I'm going to look at the shit. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I don't really go after theories like this. If there's nothing that can back up the theory, then I'll leave it be.
Yeah,
but
man, it's like,
when you give me more and more and more information, you know,
more pieces,
then I consider, you know. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I consider it, but
and that's the thing, man. And it's nobody's fault but America when you boil it down. Like, it's been so much treachery, bullshit done just over our course of existence here that you can't trust nothing that's being told to you.
Yeah, and there's still people getting this disease. They're still getting, this virus, man. Like, it hasn't gone anywhere.
Nowhere.
People have to realize that. They think because it just got nice and now there's a vaccine out that no one's getting it. Oh, no. People are still getting this virus, you know what I mean? Like, they're still testing for it. These athletic events, people are still testing positive and they're having to cancel games and reschedule still. Has it gotten better? Yeah, you could say to an extent, but it's not where people think it is. You know what I mean? And that's people just the issue I have.
No more. I've noticed that much.
Oh no, they don't talk about them at all.
Like
the deaths have gone down. It's not at an alarming rate where they reported like 10,000 deaths today or 12,000. You know what I mean? They don't really because it's not like that right now. But I bet you it could surge again. If people with the amount of people that have it right now, if no one else got the vaccine, it's not going to
got to surge again, bro. Give it 5 years and it's going to be another flu. You know what I'm saying? Or what was it? There was like there was a chart somebody made about how frequently how frequently different like illnesses go rampant in America and just spread. And I think it was like it hitting either 2 or 3 year intervals. Like the span between H1N1 to the bird flu and there was another one that happened. I can't remember, like bovine or something. It was just a bunch of flus that happened like literally just 2 years, one after another. Zika, Ebola, all that shit, bro. Just give it some time, man. You need something to talk about.
West Nile, all them viruses, man. Like there's a whole lot of shit. That's the bad part about this, man. Like there's so much shit that could go on, man. I don't trust it. That's why I'm getting the vaccine. Like, I'm not about to play these games.
They keep vials of this shit, like, they keep vials of this shit at the CDC.
They have
like
to.
every disease known to man that they were able to get their hands on is in like a filing cabinet in the deepest, dampest part of the CDC.
And then that
and
makes
it's not
you,
like I'm making this up either. Like this is actually
that's
common
real.
knowledge. They have to have it in order to know how to combat it.
Mhm.
But you get in the wrong person's hands.
Yeah, like a lab in Wuhan.
Yeah, and some shit could happen.
And,
but like
and they don't properly do it the right way, then you got an outbreak. And it starts in a small little area around the lab, and then it goes from the lab to maybe someone came in that part of the area, and then he left, and then he went straight to the market, and he touching everything, and guess what? It's a wrap for anybody around him that touches
that's what kind of makes it creepier, because if you remember back when like the whole speculation started about Wuhan and that doctor that was over here that they found was like communicating back and forth between China, the white dude, that professor, I forgot what college he was either at Yale or Yale, Cornell, or Harvard or some shit, but he was a professor that was like, he would go back and forth from China just doing work. But he was essentially getting, he was partially to blame for the outbreak and everything. They were trying to pin it on him. I wish I could remember his name. But when you factor that into it too, then shit gets really, I see where the conspiracies start to, you know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing, man. There's so many flights per day going from this part of the world to that part of the world. Like,
and especially at the time.
It's impossible, man. Oh, yeah. There wasn't no restrictions. And even then, when people were like, all right, I got to leave, I got to go back home, all those people were in them airports. Those airports were thicker than ever.
Bro, if you think about it, the people essentially on them planes are bio bombs. If you think about it, that's all it is. You're packed in a tube, breathing the same air. The way that the shit is passed on, that's just, I mean, perfect.
It's weird though. They said you had a least likelier chance of catching it on an airplane just because of how the ventilation is on a plane, I guess. I don't know. It was weird. I read something about that, which was interesting.
Man, it sounds like some more shit to where we say we don't really know how this works, but let's throw some shit out there they gonna fuck with, and I kind of fuck with that. Like, oh, where the way the air filtrate in the plane? Oh, yeah,
something like that. Like, I don't know. I still ain't getting on the plane, but you know.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we don't know, man. It's the Viddy, man. The Viddy is an unknown monster still to this day.
Yeah, it's some wild shit, man. And speaking of wild shit, let's get into this video that I have here.
White people win.
It's some wild stuff, man.
It's some crazy shit. Like, this crazier than any nigga shooting up any club ever, because it was expected. It was expected.
Yeah.
And sometimes it might have been justified. But this shit.
Yeah, this shit was wild, man. You got the video, Jalen? See if we can.
Lord have mercy. Dude, crazy, man.
Yeah, so I'll kind of give some background on this. The police pretty much are on the hunt for a guy who was at an MMA event. He was a gunman who fired a gun at an MMA event. So we'll just play the video. We'll let people watch it, and then we'll kind of talk about it.
Folks, please, everybody take their seats. Everybody takes their seat, please.
There is no fucking seat.
Bro, what the fuck, bro?
Watch this dude, bro. What the fuck y'all doing, bro? Ain't y'all supposed to be doing some shit?
Right. What the fuck the police doing?
What the fuck? Get that dude, bro. Get this fucking dude, bro.
G-Baby, he got the G-Baby baseball.
Oh, watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out, bro.
Where's Courtney? Where's Courtney? Where's Courtney?
Fuck is our peoples, bro? What's our peoples, bro?
No, right there. We good. He still has it.
What's our peoples, bro?
Get out of here. He still has it.
The fuck,
Get out of here. He still has it. Get out of here. He's reaching. Hey, get out of
the fuck out.
Get out of here. Hey, you gotta go. Get out of here.
Get the fuck out.
Get him out. Get him out.
All right, man. I have a few problems with this. I have several problems with this.
How could you not?
First off, brother, that's extremely dangerous to be doing for just just to be shooting a gun at a sporting event. What are you doing? Why'd you even get that gun in there?
How did you get a gun into a sporting event? Why the hell are you shooting up in the sky? What the hell? Where did bruh get that G-Baby baseball tee from? Because that was fire. What the hell, bruh? How is he still on the run?
Right.
It was
that's not even my main problem. My main problem is you got the police there that just was nonchalantly like, come on. And then y'all just let him walk off. Two security there. One was an actual police officer. I have a problem with that because guess what? It's still black people getting killed in the streets for far less shit than what this guy did. We just watched a guy kill 8 Asian Americans, and he walked and he went out in cuffs.
Parlors, bro, in different massage parlors. I didn't know when the story first dropped.
2 massage parlors, I think.
Bro, how the hell do you go to 2 different spots, murder these people, and not get touched?
And tell people you just had a bad day. I have a problem with all this because if this was anybody else doing what this guy just did, he would have got his head blown off. Let's be honest. Or they would have jumped on top of this guy.
Bruh,
But because this guy, white guy, you let him walk in there, he's got a fucking gun and a brown paper fucking lunch bag, like it's his lunch for the night. And he has the privilege enough to shoot a gun in the air, and for the police to walk him out like they're buddies, bro. And then you allow him to just leave, and then after the outrage gets out and the video gets out, then you want to send police after him. I have a problem with all this.
Bro, this shit is disgusting to me, man. It's like, how many more times you gonna keep reminding us that the rule set is different from motherfuckers? Because
this is why there needs to be gun control.
This is why bust that gun, then not get tackled by 1,000,001 security or not shot. What the fuck?
We're at an MMA event for one. I mean, there's clearly big guys there that could have easily
bro, and
done
that's the
this.
other thing that threw me off. It's like, all you big motherfuckers in here, and y'all can't beat this fat motherfucker ass. Y'all can't beat, bro. Like, he might have been a little stocky. He got a gun, and I get it. Don't be a hero. But at the same time, bro,
you didn't have to be a hero because there was cops there.
Bro, to get out.
Cops are the ones that are supposed to be the proclaimed heroes. You know, I don't really look at them as armed heroes, but I'm just saying, like, you can't do this type of shit. And when you're a cop, this is what you signed up to do. You can't just nonchalant, man. Oh, he fired a gun. And it's not like the cops seen where this shit was going on. He didn't. He couldn't have known that he shot it in the air. As soon as you heard shots fired, you have to act accordingly. And they didn't.
His purpose behind this, bro. You see this fat motherfucker, bro? You telling me couldn't nobody just knock this motherfucker clean out? No, couldn't nobody just get a clean, just line to his jaw?
What are you doing bringing a gun to an MMA event?
Literally, you have no reason. Everybody in here got hands and they willing to show you. But you the fat fuck that want to come in here with a goddamn gun because you know if it come down to it, you is getting sloshed all across. You getting laid the fuck out.
Yeah, that's my problem. Like, man, what do you do? What did you think you were going to accomplish by shooting your gun in the air? Everybody was just going to stop and say,
I have to believe that this happened in Florida.
Yeah,
I have to believe.
Yeah, in Miami, I think.
Of course. There's literally no other state that this could happen in. No other state.
None. I mean, especially that because did you see any masks? I don't think I seen a couple.
Hell no, I
didn't see a lot though. But those people were way too close to each other to,
What you think it was? You think it was alcohol?
what that made him do that?
Yeah.
Or he's just stupid?
I mean, he already looked like he on some sloppy shit, belly out,
Yeah, I
hanging
mean,
out, sweaty as fuck.
Like, that's
But,
my
like,
problem. Like, I'm not about to give this man a reason to have an excuse. Hell no. He's just stupid, and he needs to go to fucking jail.
Bro, I'm just happy
And
ain't nobody get hurt, man.
Yeah, and he's lucky no one got hurt. And he's lucky he didn't get killed. Because I'm telling you right now, in any other type of situation, if he was black or any kind of person of color, they would have died that night in that area.
His whole head. That would have slid through his from one eye.
They would have been arrested there. You know what I mean? That's what I have a problem with.
It's disheartening, to be honest with you, bro. I ain't gonna lie. The Fight for This Country docuseries on Netflix really got me in my feelings about just the way this shit should be. Like, if you look up the 14th Amendment, man, everybody should be treated equal. That nigga should have got popped. That nigga, if we being equal, he should have caught one to the motherfucking chest. Somebody should have laid that man out. Taser or something, bro.
Yeah, that's what I thought at least was going to happen.
He should not be on the run at the recording of this podcast.
And he's just walking around with the gun in his hand, like he didn't even put it away. It's like, man,
Watch
I can't trust
around,
dude.
Be a cop, bro.
You still not allowed to do that, man. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what you are, man. You don't need to be doing that shit. And if you don't feel safe enough to be somewhere like that, then you don't need to go at all.
What a bitch.
Yeah, man. I just seen that and I was just like, I accidentally seen that. Wasn't even kind of looking for that, but yeah, I was just like, wow.
That on Instagram, I think, and I was just looking like, what is even going on? Like, I don't even see anybody fighting anymore. Like, is this after the fight, or was it? Or did that clear out the fight?
It damn sure cleared it out. That motherfucker aired that shit out, and he only shot the gun one time.
He shot that motherfucker one time. That's some weirdo shit, bro.
That's some fried shit, man. Ain't nobody got time for that. He gotta go, man.
Yeah, and everybody like him gotta go too, cause you're a psychopath. Go to jail for life.
Crazy, man.
He gonna do that shit again. Anyway.
Wow.
Back with Florida though, bro. Let's talk about Florida some more.
Oh yeah.
Fucking Florida.
Yeah, let's talk about this. Round out this last topic, man. We'll touch a little bit on this. So
I knew this was gonna happen.
Miami Beach Ocean Drive curfew pretty much is up for the spring breakers there. Cops along Ocean Drive began announcing to the start of Thursday's 8 p.m. curfew following the city's crackdown on out-of-control parties that resulted in more than 1,000 arrests since February and seizures of at least 102 guns. Like, bro, wow. That's a lot.
Fam, keep reading, because all of this shit, I'm actually quite happy. I like it. Settle you niggas down.
Well, this is my problem. Hold on, before I read anymore. Well, I'll read a little bit more. So the curfew initially put into place for 72 hours, but it was extended last weekend to go from Thursday through Sundays until April 12th. So my thing is, what if you scheduled this spring break like a long time ago and like now you just can't do, like, bro, it's not even dark at 8. Nope. Go in your hotel, I guess. How does that even work? Like a curfew that early? Like, we're talking about pandemic type curfew, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And some of the people that live in the area, they're glad that this shit happened. Like, I feel it, because they was tearing cars and all types of shit up.
I love this shit for so many different reasons. And let me start off by saying the first reason is now y'all niggas gonna have to sit the fuck down for a second. Because I don't know about you, bro, but it's been seeming like it's been nonstop videos of niggas just partying in Florida since the pandemic started.
Boy, and you know, crazy first since last year.
Yeah, at first it was cool and all, you know what I'm saying? But now it's just to the point every video you see is just droves and droves of people, just motherfuckers out here wilding, not even with no purpose out here.
Shit. Yeah.
Yeah, just doing shit, you know what I'm saying? Just walking the streets. Motherfuckers really don't got no destinations.
Mm-hmm.
The police are overwhelmed. And you know me, bro. I'm never on the side of the police, really. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, y'all a bunch of out-of-town motherfuckers coming down here to get away from a goddamn pandemic. And y'all thinking that this is like the refuge, but y'all destroying shit in the midst of it.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I saw this video the other day of this dude who he tried to run off on the check at a restaurant, and as he was running, like of course the restaurant people probably was fed up at this point, just chased this nigga out, caught him lacking. He fell multiple times, tried to get away. They got his ass again. The fucking crowd starts clapping, and then motherfuckers start twerking in the streets. It's the wildest shit I've ever seen in my life, bro. Like motherfuckers was running over to the twerk circle just to shake ass. And I'm just like, this nigga's like, you see him being drugged back by motherfuckers in busboy outfits with the little towels and shit,
bro.
taking them back to the store.
Nah, this shit's been going on for a while because spring break been going on for a little minute. Others start at different times. Like I'll give you the one video. There were so many videos I could have chose to play, but I was just like, nah, let me just get some still images, put them up here. But there was the instance, and they're all over like TikTok and shit. It's crazy because it's that age, it's that generation, and they're telling on themselves. So I'll tell you right now, because there was that one where the police had the SUV on the beach in the sand. There's a crowd of like hundreds of kids around. One of the kids opens the police door, and the white kid jumps out of the back of the police thing, and he takes off. Well, guess what? They caught up with him because of the video. They found him, and he got arrested again, and so did his friend that opened the door. So
what happened?
It's just like,
it was dope though.
Yeah,
it was dope in the moment.
Yeah, it was cool, but guess what? They gonna find your ass. Like, if it goes viral, you're done. Yeah, his face was in 4K on that shit. Like, they knew who he was. You know what I mean? Like, and that's just the thing, man. Like, they got all that type of shit going on in Miami, and I mean, it's been even more reckless than that. I'll kind of hit you with a serious part, and this kind of started like right when spring break started, but they were pretty much calling for an end to the annual partying, and they organized like a protest to honor Christine Engelhardt.
Engelhardt
from Pennsylvania, the girl that got drugged in the room. And I think she got raped by those two guys, and then they left her there. They just left her there in the room. You know what I mean? And that started this whole thing out. So even as if you're a parent of a teenager or a kid in college, you're worried about your kid going to Miami because this type of shit happens every other night there during spring break. By the people that don't live there, and by some of the locals that party crazy, and they into that scene, man. Like, it's just dangerous shit.
I'm not gonna hold you, man. Like, I never went to Florida for a spring break. Like, that was never like my thing. And everybody would say, "Let's go to Florida. Let's go to South Beach. Let's go to Panama City." All this other shit. It never appealed to me because those high touristy areas, when it's going down like that, bro. This shit happens every year. Like, motherfuckers pop up dead, OD'd, all type of extra shit. I got enough work.
You remember the kid from here that died? You remember it was this was back in like early years, like 09, 08, 2010 maybe. But there was a Saint X football player, offensive lineman. He died. He was drunk and he leaned over his balcony. They were having parties on every floor. All the kids were on the balcony, and he was on the balcony. He leaned forward and he fell over and he died.
Yeah. Actually, I do remember that, bro. And yeah, man, it's just shit like that has never really appealed to me. Like, I'm more of a let's go to LA. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to those beaches because it's not. It might be people out there, but it's not like. See, it's not the super duper.
That's what we did, man.
Anything goes.
We spring break. Like, if I go to Florida for spring break, we'll stay in like Orlando, and we'll just do all the amusement parks. They might be a little bit more still decent crowded, but sometimes they weren't. Like, if you go early spring break, we did that one time. We went early and crowds weren't bad at all. It was smooth sailing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's just when you hit some of them beaches, like, expect it to be pretty thick. Like.
That's because when people get to these beaches, man, you think you're on God's land, like this is by the ocean. What's more free than that? But it just ain't that, bro. It's not that. It's not that. I've seen it not be that enough to honestly look at that shit like, nah. It just don't appeal to me. I like beaches, but I don't like it all like that. Not enough to be surrounded by motherfuckers.
Yeah, I don't want to be surrounded by hella people on the beach. That's not the point of the beach. Beach is big as fuck, man. Like it shouldn't
why
be
are y'all
crowds.
shoulder to shoulder in this?
You know what I mean? Like, and again, it's a pandemic still going on. Like, what are we doing? I don't see no mask in none of these videos, none of these pictures. Not a
single one.
Nothing. And guess what? Guess what? All those kids, they're down there, and then they go back. They get on a plane. They go back to wherever they're from, and they potentially bring that shit back. And that's where we have this issue again. That's what happened at the beginning of this last year. Just like you were talking about, you know, there was kids out last March, April, when the pandemic first started in Florida doing this, because Florida didn't close their beaches. They were like the last to close their beaches when this all started.
They was trying to fight it, man. They didn't want to do it at all. And you see how long that lasted, bro. It's almost like they haven't gone through the pandemic, you know what I'm saying? But that was the other reason I was gonna get to why I love this so much. Because Florida, you deserve all this shit. Y'all decided fuck all this shit. Y'all said we gonna stay open. Okay, well this is what comes with that. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna let it be free reign in your town, you gotta expect that people are gonna come to let loose all that pent up feeling that they've been having since being locked in their cribs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They come out here, they wild the fuck out. Y'all, and the crazy thing is, Florida's probably one of the most, like, when it comes to the law, they will fuck you over. Now, they are very lenient with a lot of laws, but they will also take your ass down. And I'm not sure, but don't they got the death penalty?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, but it's just one of those states where you do not want to get bagged down there, bruh. Like, you just don't want to end up in that type of predicament. But you go down there for the spring break party with all these people, and then you get jammed up. You thinking that this is your utopia. Nah, bro. You've been fooled by the veil, bro. I've been down in Miami. I've been down in South Beach. I've been down in Daytona before. Like, I never went for like spring break. I've been down there for like work and shit, like when I was driving the trucks and shit. It is not the place to get caught up. No. It's just not. It's just not. And matter of fact, you remember what was it? I want to say it was either my freshman or sophomore year of high school.
Oh yeah.
When
they went down there. Yeah, and they did all that. Yep.
And they got in that fight down there, and they was stuck down in Florida for like a week.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Big
locked
time
up.
shit. Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And shit was crazy, bro. And these are basketball players. Like they were there for a tournament. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, just a cautionary tale, bro. Florida is not the place to get jammed up.
Oh, not at all. Not at all. All right, man. I think that's all we got for today. What you got going on today, though?
Today, man, we doing the rose all day with my cousin, man. He has this it's probably a monthly gathering of him and some friends, and this is our second time going to do it, but we just gonna be drinking rose all motherfucking day, getting faded. Yeah, man, that's pretty much the plan for the day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, bro, we ain't talking about what we watching, man. We ain't talking about what we watching because I seen some shit yesterday that traumatized me, and it's so you.
Only thing I'm really watching is Falcon and Winter Soldier as of right now, I guess.
Bro,
that's the only thing I'm really watching.
Prime. You got Amazon Prime?
Yeah, I think I have it right now.
Bro,
yeah.
Go watch Invincible. It just dropped. It's a cartoon. It's a superhero cartoon. These are their own standalone heroes. These aren't like your Superman, Batman, and Spider-Man. It's not that. These are their own heroes. It's its own story. Just watch episode 1, bro. I'm just gonna say that. Just watch episode 1. I'm still shook right now. It's 3 episodes out right now because they're doing like a weekly release as far as episodes. But it's 3 episodes on there right now. Watch episode 1. Shit shook me to my core. Okay. To my core. I'm so serious. It's not even like the most, raunchy show or nothing. Like, no, it's just imagine superheroes in a world where you see the collateral damage.
Okay. Have you watched Black Box on Amazon Prime?
Black Box. That sounds really familiar.
It's a really good ass movie, actually.
Is it a horror movie?
Not necessarily. It's more of like I don't even know how you explain this. It's more like thriller with a touch of horror. It's not really horror though. Like I'm trying to remember everybody that's in it.
Black Box.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember who else is in this. Oh yeah, Felicia Rashad's in it.
I think I know what you're talking about.
It's a really good movie, man.
I think me and Catrice started to watch it. Yeah,
About the guy getting his memory and everything.
Yeah, I do remember.
Yeah.
We actually did watch this. Actually, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. I don't think I finished it, but I do remember when I was watching it that I was completely into it. Like it wasn't a bad movie at all.
I watched that a couple weeks ago, and then I watched I See You on Amazon Prime as well. That's another good one.
I heard about that too.
Yeah, it's and that's more. Can't even say horror. It's like thriller or whatnot, but yeah, really good stuff, man. But I'm gonna check a few other ones out, and we'll see.
I've name dropped it like 7 times today, but go check out Amend the docuseries on Netflix. It's not your story about how America was made and all this shit in the sense of like, oh, let's just talk about slavery all day. Like, no, it's more so about the 14th Amendment and what it means and what it's meant to all people in America, Black, Asian, Mexican, you know what I'm saying, female, just everybody and who it's helped and what the words of the 14th Amendment has been able to do for people. The show I was talking about is called Invincible, Jalen. It's called Invincible on Amazon Prime. But go check out the Amendment. It's produced by Will Smith. It has a bunch of celebrities on it, and it's not your typical PSA at all. It does a really good job at bringing this to life, and it's not boring at all. The animation in it is good. The way they tell the story, it's a really great way to do it. It's a really great way to do a docuseries. I'd recommend they teach this in schools. Honestly, they need to start showing this shit in school. But yeah, that's all I got, brother.
All right, man. Well, shit. Yeah, I think I'll go out and I'll probably watch that. But with that being said, I think that's episode 45 for the folks.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, this was episode 45 of the Unanimous Table Talk Podcast. It's your boy Aaron Walk.
Buddy. It's your boy Tokin, man. We be back next week.
Yes, sir. We out of here.
Out.
Peace.
Powered by
existence, what's your definition? To see the bigger picture, you need vast vision. Get in my bag to see how much room I had in it. I need more. Flow deep type glow, only heard of a seafloor. Guess I just seem bored. Blowing money, niggas crossing the sea for. What ain't no detours, but we ain't coming for something, nigga. We need yours. Double that, por favor. Head on the swivel, baby girl. Yeah, I know the score. Think it's a beautiful time for our black women. Probably the toughest times ever for the man with them. Sit with a lot of shit, cause it's hard to understand. And it can't trip on plot twists if we done had a hand in it. I just blame my hand as it's their emotions playing themselves. No way.